Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You may wonder why I've asked you here today. Well, that is so that you could take a look and watch my unboxing video of Be-Bop Deluxe Sunburst Finish Deluxe, pun intended, box set of their third album. For those who don't know who Be-Bop Deluxe were, they were a band from England during the 1970s who made a string of 5 albums, sort of glam rock, kind of art rock, kind of a little bit like Roxy Music, a little bit like David Bowie, Cherka, Ziggy Stardust, that era. Reputedly, according to Kevin DuBrow, this particular album was one of Randy Rhoads' favorites and was one of the records that was very influential on Randy's development as a guitarist during the mid-70s and the early days of Quiet Riot. Anyways, this is, as I said, a box set. As you can see, that's the sort of hype sticker that tells you some of the stuff that is on the set, including, tells you that it's a 3 CD and 1 DVD set, and this commemorates the classic album, which was originally released in January of 1976. That's a long time ago, wasn't it, kiddies? And as you can see, disc 1 is the original album. Disc 2 is a new remix that was done in 2018 with a bunch of extra bonus tracks. Actually, both discs have bonus tracks. Disc 3 is live material recorded for the BBC in 1976, in January and February of 1976. And disc 4 is the DVD with the surround sound mixes, 5.1 surround sound mix. And also looks like there's some footage from the Old Grey Whistle Test, which was an old TV show that was on the BBC back in the 70s and 80s. And you also get a music video, too, for Ships in the Night. So why don't we open this sucker up and see what we got here. Let's see, we have a box cutter. Me very carefully inserting it to not damage the packaging. Pull the plastic wrap off. You have to bear with me. This is the first time I've done an unboxing video, so slide second part of the package out, hopefully without damaging it. Maybe we can do it like this. Oh well, no wonder it helps if you take all of the plastic off, like so. There we go. And we have, so first of all, we have this package right here. Oh, did I mention this is a product of Esoteric Recordings, a very fine recording record label from England that specializes in reissues of classic albums such as this. Here we have the inner sleeve photo that appeared on the original inner sleeve of the album. Let's see what if we get if we open. Oh, advertisement for Gibson guitars. That was unexpected. Well, this would appear to be the booklet of information, the liner notes. We have advertisements for the original album. It's kind of amazing to think that there was a time when record companies could spend the kind of money that was obviously spent on promoting some of these bands. When you think about the crap and the crud that gets passed off these days. Here's Be-Bop Deluxe, as they were during the era around Sunburst Finish. Information about all the band members. Wow, this looks like something out of 16 magazine. Let's see if I can... There's Andy Clark, who was the band's keyboardist. Charlie Tumahai was their bass player. Bill Nelson, guitarist and lead singer. And Simon Fox was the band's drummer at the time. The drummer. Let's see, who's the drummer's favorite musician? Sibelius. Interesting choice. And we got more photos of the band. And we have... what would this appear to be? Avoid violence. Oh, you know what? I just realized what this is. This is actually this must be actually a reproduction. This isn't the program, the liner notes or whatever you want to say. This is actually a reproduction of the program that was distributed during the concert tour you could buy for the show, which would explain the vintage Gibson ad on the back cover. Of course, if you know Be-Bop Deluxe's music, or if you're a guitar geek, you might know that Bill Nelson regularly played a Gibson ES345 guitar, so it would make quite a lot of sense if Gibson sort of hooked their wagon onto the Be-Bop Deluxe wagon, as it were, or train, or however you want to say. So we got that. Now let's see if we can open this. And we just lost one of the CDs on the floor. Of course, one of the nice things about compact discs is that they're very resilient, unlike yours truly. We'll put that back in the slot. One would like to note that one does not actually like this style of packaging. It would be nice if we could have the old style, you know, like you had the trays that you had with the jewel disc that you get with a normal CD release. Of course, a lot of you kids probably don't know what I'm talking about because you all do everything streaming these days. But who knows and anyway. So here we got photos of the band. There's Bill Nelson with his Gibson ES345 that he played regularly. Notice the Bigsby tremolo system. This would be Charlie Tumahai, the band's bass player, playing what appears to be a customized Fender precision bass, and an early precision bass or a Telecaster bass, one or the other. Looks like he added a jazz bass pickup by the bridge down there. This would be Andy Clark, the band's keyboardist. Oh, nice Mini Moog Model D sitting on top what appears to be a Fender Rhodes electric piano. And Simon Fox sitting behind the drum kit. We have what appears to be a... I can see what this is now. This is a press kit that would have been sent out to the media, magazines, newspapers, radio stations, etc. That would explain the photos. These are all. So this is a reproduction of a Be-Bop Deluxe era press kit. So you get the press kit, which is all of this stuff, plus the tour program. This would appear to be what? Oh, a poster. DJs of America, do you recognize this woman? If you don't, you soon will. She adorns the jacket of the new album by Be-Bop Deluxe, and judging by the way you received Futurama, the last Be-Bop Deluxe album, you're soon going to know all about the new one. It's called Sunburst Finish, and you can obtain a copy from your Capitol Records promo man. So clearly this was a promo item, once again sent out to radio stations. Because, you know, not everyone was willing to, you know, pass little baggies of suspicious-looking white powdery substances to their disc jockeys, apparently. So here we have the other two discs firmly in place in the folder. Back cover again. And this brings us to, presumably, now this would be the actual book that comes, that presents various photographs. It appears to be a tape box that would have been used, that the actual magnetic tape that was used to record the music would have been contained in. Once again, kids, I know some of you don't know about analog recording. You only know recording on computers and your cell phones and whatever. But back in the old days, we used to use expensive magnetic tape to record music. And then we have more information here. Looks like some song titles and other miscellaneous information. Then we've got more photos. We've got the track listing for all of the discs. Then we've got more photos. And now we come to the liner notes that tell us the historical significance of Sunburst Finish and the band's music as it relates to this particular period. It's a very nice pre-CBS Fender Stratocaster in some of these photos, by the way. It appears to be a second Stratocaster. The other one that appears in the other photos is a white one, I believe. Yeah, that one's white. That one appears to be a natural finish. Can't tell if that's a CBS era Fender or a refinished pre-CBS Strat. Or possibly it could be a copy. It could be an Ibanez or a Encore. Well, not an Encore. You'd be, well. And there you've got a great big billboard advertising the album, it looks like. Some live photos of the band on stage. Lyric sheets. Exactly what we need in these hard days, because sometimes, you can't always understand the words on the record. I never had that problem, but apparently my dad always has. Sleep That Burns, Beauty Secrets, Life in the Air Age. One should mention Life in the Air Age. That was actually the very first thing I ever heard by Be-Bop Deluxe. And what actually happened was that there was a disc jockey, radio programmer, whatever you want to call them, on WCSB, the Cleveland State University radio station, who used the intro of Life in the Air Age on a station ID. And I was kind of captivated by that intro and sought out the band's music. And all these years later, I'm a fan. Spending way more money than he should be on expensive reissues of the band's music. More publicity photos. Outtakes from the album cover photo session. More photos. Now we've got old press clippings. More photos. Wonder where that would be. Be-Bop Deluxe with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers opening for them. That tells you how big well, maybe they weren't that big, but they were apparently bigger than looks like they were bigger than Tom Petty were at the time. Japanese pressing there, press cutting rather. Roto Sound Strings ad. Be-Bop Deluxe and Tom Petty. It's kind of mind-boggling, some of the bands who start off their career opening for other bands and then... that's an interesting photo right there, because that's not an ES345, that's a Gibson ES355. Must have been Bill's backup guitar at the time, one imagines. 8-track tapes. Yeah, kids, ask your, you know what, don't even ask your parents, ask your grandparents about 8-track tapes. Fade out, clunk, clunk, fade in. At least it left Life in the Air Age intact without a Another photo of Bill Nelson playing the S355. Another photograph of them with the Stratocaster. Another photo of him with the other Stratocaster. There's Bill with his 345. More press clippings. More photos from the album cover sleeve session. So, more photos of the band. These appear to be the photos that the pictures in the press kit are taken from. Here we've got another reproduction of one of the tape boxes. Be-Bop Deluxe Sunburst Finish and No Ordinary Album. Be-Bop Deluxe, No Band Ordinaire. And of course, we have singles there. Ships in the Night. Ships in the Night, as I understand, was actually quite a successful singles for the band. And then we've got all of the more photos of the band from the album cover session. We have our credits here. Another tape box cover. And there's the back cover of the book. So that's the unboxing of the Be-Bop Deluxe box set. So I hope you were interested in what you saw. And other than hearing the original album for many years since the early 90s when I first got into them, I haven't actually heard what's in the set. So I think I'm going to bring this to an end so I can actually listen to this. Thank you very much for allowing me to waste your time. And this is Chris signing out. Peace out, and rock and roll, everybody.